Okay, so good day everyone. So today we're going to implement our 3x8 decoder. So we had already our 3x8 decoder that was explained in our previous discussion, but today we're going to implement it using our breadboard. Okay, so here I'm going to show you. So by the way, we are inside in the university's laboratory for us to be able to implement our um, 3x8 decoder. Okay, so I will show you this one. Okay, so we have here, okay, just for a while. Okay, so we have here our um, okay, that one. So we have here our 3x8 decoder. Okay, so we have the two tables. So we have 3 inputs and we have 8 outputs. Okay, that is now the truth table of our 3x8 decoder. And then we have at the bottom, okay, so that is now the equation of our decoder. Okay, and this is now the what we call the pin configuration. Okay, so the pin configuration of our AND gate and our inverters. If you notice, in our equation, we only need to use the AND gate and the inverter. So if you're going to look at the pin configuration of the AND gate 7408, so that is now the formation of your IC inside your 7408 na IC. So we have here this one, you have input, input, output, input, input, output. The same thing at the upper part, you have input, input, output, and input, input, output. So here, so kanin siya ang palatandaan, this is the mark, wherein on top of that will be your VCC, and on the opposite side here, so that will be your ground. Okay? So, also here, for the 7404 pin configuration, that is your inverter. So by the way, for the AND gate, we have what? We have 4 AND gates inside your IC. Okay? And now for your 7408, we're going to look at the pin configuration. You have in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay? So there are a total of 6 inverter inside your IC. Okay, there are 6 NOT gate inside your 7404 IC. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to identify how many AND gates and how many inverters do we need to use to implement our 3x8 decoder. So for the NOT gate inverter, since we have only 3 inputs, okay, we have only 3 inputs, that is why what we need is we only need what? We only need okay, wait lang. We only need to have 3 inverter, okay, 3 AND gates, 3 inverter. And if for the AND gate, we are going to count. So for the first equation, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are 16 AND gates, and we know that in one IEC, there are 4 AND gates. So all in all, we need 4 ICs, okay, for us to be able to implement our decoder. So we have 16 AND gates, and there are 4 AND gates in one IC. So therefore, we need 4 IC, okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, okay, I'm going to introduce to you the materials, okay. This one, we have the adapter. Now, take note, in this case, okay, we're going to look at the adapter, okay. So, naa siya adjust sa voltage, okay, from 3 to 18 volts. So, if you're going to use that one, be careful because this is stable. And if you're going to use that one, make sure that you have a what we call the tester. Okay. Now, the next thing that we are going to use is this one. Okay. So, we have the logic probe, this one. I'm going to show you how you're going to use this logic probe. And also, we have this one, the wire stripper. Okay. So, the wire stripper, we have 2 wire stripper. So this one, so we have this one, okay, So this was the wire stripper na atong gamiton. So na siya different sizes. So depende sa size sa wire. Okay? So atong gamiton na siya. And we have also this one. This is also a wire stripper. Okay? But I usually use what? This one, nail cutter, kasi mas dali siya gamiton. You can use nail cutter for cutting wires. And then we also need this one. Okay, we have the wires. Okay, we're using the cut 5 kasi mas tipid. Kasi sa isa ka metro, daghan na kag magamit nga wires. Okay. Now we have also the resistor. Okay, this is a 1K resistor. Just make sure na you're using resistor, especially pag i-connect mo siya sa LED. Kasi pag pataas ang voltahe, sunog ang imuhang LED. Now, this is now the IC. Okay? The AND gate. Okay. So, if you can see, okay, blurred no. Kasi gamay. Okay, blurred yun siya. Okay. This is a 7408. Okay. 7408. Di ba siya maklaro kaayo. So, 7408, so makita niyo mo diya ang IC number at the back. Okay? So, we need 4 7408. So, we have 4 7408. That is equivalent to 16 AND gates. And this is 7404. Okay? So, di po siya maklaro. 7404. So, kailangan na tugupat ka, tulo lang ka 7404. Okay? So, these are the ICs that we need to use. And also, we need to use of course, this one. No, the breadboard wherein we're going to implement our circuitry. And of course, lastly, we're going to use this one, the multi-tester. Okay, because we're going to measure the voltage. Okay, this is important because we're going to identify kung pila yung input voltage, then pila po yung output voltage. Okay, so those are the materials that we are going to use in implementing our 3x8 decoder. So later on, I am going to teach you on how you're going to implement that sa breadboard. Okay?